This is the biggest grind of my life.
Favorita.
Bro, that was so
Favorita.
obvious. 7 hours and 28 minutes, bro. Bro. Duolingo. Known for that green owl that always wants you to finish your lessons, and also known as one of the most popular language learning apps ever. It's kind of a gamified way to learn languages. You're supposed to do it around 5 to 10 minutes every single day and be consistent and learn a little bit as you go. However, I don't want to do that. I'm going to make that owl really happy that always asks you to do your lessons by trying to speedrun and finish Duolingo in one go. Now, you could do this by skipping your way ahead on lessons. You can skip ahead by taking a test, but I'm not going to do that. There's going to be no skipping here. I'm going to try to go from basic all the way to the very end. Now, guys, this is a Saturday for me. I don't have much going on, so I decided to spend my whole Saturday doing this. I don't know how hard this is going to be, but we have a TV here where I will have a timer going on the TV. Obviously, there's not one there right now, but I will have a timer going and a camera over there with a time lapse showing me doing this challenge. So you guys know that everything is real. There is no faking. I will just be grinding Duolingo for the entire day and maybe even night. I don't know how long this is going to take, and this might have been a bad idea, but I love the grind. So we ended up starting at 5 p.m. I had my friend Ethan with me, and the grind was going good at the start. Everything was fun, everything was new, and I was really enjoying it. As you can see here, we're doing Duolingo in Spanish. I can speak Spanish, so I was hoping that that would make this a little easier so I don't have to really learn while I'm doing it. I'm just kind of recalling from my memory. All right, guys, so we are 30 minutes in already. It is definitely going to be a grind. I found out there are leaderboards, and we came all the way from the bottom. We're now in second place. It ends today. There's this girl, Sophia, we're going to try to beat. It's going to be kind of funny because I have a feeling we're going to have a ridiculously high amount of XP for being in the Bronze League. But 30 minutes in, we'll keep going. So we are at the 34-minute mark at this point, and that's when I found out there were leaderboards. We were in the Bronze League because I've never played, but that didn't matter to me. What mattered was winning that league and trying to finish the Duolingo, so that's what we kept doing. I kept thinking in my head how funny it would be if these people woke up the next day and we absolutely passed them by so much XP. And we were already doing that, doubling the amount of XP by Sophia, and it was only the first hour. All right, guys, we have been grinding now for an hour. If you take a look over here. So in an hour, you might be asking, what have we gotten done? So there's sections, I've realized, and each section has 5 different classes. So we finished section 1, all the units. We finished we're still in section 1. We finished unit 1, unit 2, and now we're on unit 3. But to put this in perspective, this is how many more units there are, and then we'll get into section 2. Guys, I don't know how far Duolingo goes, but I am not stopping until I get as far as I possibly can. So I started realizing this might take a really long time. Each one of these little modules have 4 to 5 lessons in them, and each one of these lessons take about 1 to 2 to even 3 minutes. However, we were grinding, we hit 1,000 XP, and it was only an hour in. So I felt really confident. However, as we kept going, I started realizing there is so many lessons. Also, I'm kind of realizing this is going to be a major grind. To look at the time we are in right now, we are currently an hour and 51 minutes into it with no sight of the end. This is definitely going to be one of the hardest challenges I've ever done. So, yeah. So at the 2 hour and 25 minute mark, I was kind of like, what am I doing? But we started getting these games around every 30 minutes, kind of like one of those mobile ad games. And you know what? That kept me going because every 30 minutes, I knew I was getting one of these games. At this point, it was around 7:30 p.m. And I was like, we either give up or we either keep going. I was super tired, but I had an idea. We are, if you can see right here, 2 hours and 40 minutes into the speed run. But guys, I am super tired. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But what Ethan doesn't know behind me is that in this cup right here is a scoop of pre-workout. A scoop of pre-workout, if you guys don't know, is basically like 2 or 3 cups of coffee I'm going to chug this and we're going to absolutely grind for the next 2 hours. And I'll give you guys an update on how that is going. This was the spark we needed, something to get us going, something to be exciting at the 2 hour and 49-minute mark. We were pretty tired, but after the pre-workout, that changed everything. I've never taken this much pre-workout and not gone to the gym, so this was kind of crazy. I was extremely amped up and I was flying through these Duolingo lessons. But the problem now is I was too amped up. I was like, Ethan, we got to do something. Now, I am super amped. Look at the time. We got 3 hours and 17 minutes. We are into this now. Look at the scoreboard. We are destroying absolutely everybody. We are now on Unit 5, which, this takes an extremely long time. Look how many units. Each one of these guys, you have to do like 4 lessons for every single one of them. So we've been doing a lot. But the pre is really hitting, so we're going to go work out in my home gym for like 5 minutes because we need to wear some of this off because we are actually really amped up. Yeah, so we actually worked out for like 10 minutes just so we could kind of get out some of that energy because it was honestly too much. But anyway, we went back into my room and we were grinding even more to finish this challenge and do as much as I possibly could. Duolingo is supposed to be played at max 15 minutes a day if you're like a grinder. And so doing this for around now 4.5 hours was kind of crazy, honestly, especially too because we're in the kind of getting into the upper beginner Spanish. So I already knew it all. So it was like just regurgitating all my memory and just trying to do everything I possibly could to get as much done. What kept me going was honestly that I already sunk 5 hours into this. All right, guys, if you take a look at the clock here, we've been doing this for 5 hours and 20 minutes. I feel so exhausted. I have done countless lessons. If you guys see here on the bronze leaderboard, this has been going on for a whole entire week. We only have 23 hours left. Imagine when these people wake up and they see Reed has came in with 2,000 XP, 1,600 more than second place. Something that's really keeping me going right now is the fact that these people are going to wake up and just see a ridiculous amount of XP. Guys, I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for the challenge. This is exhausting. We're going to go get some food. So now we are 6 hours and 30 minutes in. At this point, the Duolingo noise was kind of annoying and I was really used to the format. But when you're just so locked in, you just have to keep going. That's what I was doing. Look at this here. Look how much I absolutely destroyed Sophia. But my mind was just in Spanish. Like, take a listen. Ahora mismo mi mente es en español. En mi vida es Duolingo. Mira esto. 7 horas y 18 minutos. Es como mi trabajo. Me siento muy cansado ahora. Y ahora no puedo hablar inglés. Guys, I would not have been able to do this video without my best friend, Ethan. He really helped me out, just keeping me motivated and just having another person there while doing the video. Just to have someone to be there with me and talk to while mindlessly grinding Duolingo for at this point, as long as a 9-to-5 shift, was extremely helpful. So at this point, we were at the point where I was 25 out of 10 tired, but I knew I had to keep grinding. It was around 2:30 in the morning at this point, and I just wanted to get to unit number 2. To say I could get to at least 1 unit finished in Duolingo. I had gotten 3,243 XP in one night. Second place had around 400, and they had this challenge on for a week. I couldn't believe it. The grind was crazy, and this is how I was feeling at the 9-hour mark. All right, guys, if you take a look at the time here, I've been going for 9 hours in 10 minutes. So I have completed every single one of these lessons. They're usually 5 per kind of category for every unit. So I did the math. There's 129 of these circles that I have done. Each one of them with the average of, 4 to 5 lessons that take around 2 to 3 minutes. So when I did the math of 129 times, 4.5, that got me around 580 lessons that I have done tonight on Duolingo. Now, guys, it took me 9 hours of grinding to finish section 1. When we go to section 2, there's this much more. There is 26 units. Then there's a section 3. Take a look at the notebook. There is 8 sections, guys. So I thought I was going to be able to speedrun Duolingo in one night. However, this goes to show that learning a language cannot be done in one night. So it's 3 in the morning. I just literally spent 9 hours of my life doing Duolingo. 500 lessons. All the time, bro. Just super basic stuff for 9 hours of my life. I feel like my life is Duolingo now. Do you see? I don't know if you guys can see this, but I am 25 out of 10 tired. If that even is a possibility. It's not possible to finish Duolingo in one night. I finished 1 unit. It would take me like a month to finish it, bro. I'm doing this every single day. Yeah, that was a lot. So please like and subscribe. So I spent 9 hours and 18 minutes doing Duolingo. And that's a sentence I never thought I'd say.